The JERD Nation Podcast.
Welcome into the JERD Nation Podcast, everybody. Tonight we're going to talk about the Super Bowl.
The granddaddy of them all.
The granddaddy of them all. The Buccaneers versus the Chiefs.
Versus the Chefs.
I call them the Chefs. I hate Kansas City. I'm just going to say that straight up.
They got good ribs.
I
hate every Chiefs fan except for my mom.
He should meet
Greg. Really close.
And hey, I love my mom, but she teeters on the line.
Oh God!
I think we're all kind of excited. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl we probably deserve. It is probably the two best teams. Mark.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl, the Chiefs or the Bucs, and why?
Both squads have some great potential on both sides of the ball. If you think about it, I mean, this is going to be Brady's 10th Super Bowl. He has the ability to win ring number 7. I mean, he's already the GOAT. But, you know, you got this new sensation with Patrick Mahomes, and is he going to be the next heir apparent to Tom Brady? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. But if I had to go out and pick, you know, just straight off what I've seen so far, it is really hard for me to pick against Brady in the biggest game due to the fact he's been there so many times, he's done it, and there's nothing he hasn't seen before. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. I say Brady gets his 7th ring, and I'm going to go Tampa Bay in this one. It'll be close, but I think Tampa Bay is going to get their second Super Bowl as a franchise.
Thanks for giving them the kiss of death.
Yeah, I don't know, Mark. You know, we thought Mark was the kiss of death, but he didn't do that to Kansas City last week. So, you know, we'll give him that. Cody, what do you think?
I think it could go either way. There's a lot into this game that people don't realize. One of the big deciding factors is that Kansas City ranks last in red zone defense, which is where Brady typically thrives, especially when you have options like Mike Evans, and Gronk's really reliable running post routes. The Bucs constantly running the ball drives me nuts, but I think it might be their strong point against Kansas City, because I think Kansas City ranks 20th, I think, in allowing yards per carry. I think that the Bucs have a better defense. I know I've shit on their defense a lot on the podcast. It's because they're really inconsistent, but I don't think that Kansas City is a better team than Green Bay is. And if they can handle Green Bay, then I think that they can handle the Chiefs. And then you got to also take under consideration the fact that their last game was decided by 3 points. So, I'm going to do the same thing I did. It could have gone either. I actually have a situation where I picked the Bucs to win and they won because I said that Brady doesn't lose multiple times to the same person. And then I picked the Packers to win, and then the Bucs won. So it's like, I don't really know where the jinx lies or if I even have a jinx. So I'm going to pick the Bucs, man. I think the Bucs will beat the Chiefs. I think a lot of people will be surprised. I think Antonio Brown could have a breakout game. To me, as long as they isolate Tyreek Hill, because he's the fastest in the league for a reason. But if you can keep coverage on him or Kelsey, because a lot of times what will happen is they'll try to double up on Tyreek, and then they'll just leave Kelsey wide open in the middle where he can get easy first downs. But Kansas City really, really struggles on third downs. And that could be a big make or break, in my opinion. But as long as they're not running the ball every first, because it hasn't been working, I think they'll be all right.
Tim, what do you think, buddy?
The key for the Bucs is their defense against this Chiefs team. That's going to be the key of the game. You always have to take in effect Brady. You have to. His experience is hey, baby girl. His experience is like no other. Anyway. Who you gonna pick? The Chiefs or Bucs?
Bucs. What?
Okay, never mind. So anyway, so you factor in Brady definitely. For me though, the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs pull it out. Mahomes gets a second Super Bowl. That's. I don't think the Buccaneers can match the energy that the Chiefs do produce. I don't see one other team like running away with it. I don't. I think you may see the Chiefs go down early like always, and then some back and forth stuff. I really do. But in the end, I think with Mahomes and Tyreek and the running game, and their defense can step it up. They really can. They can when they need it the most. And this is the Super Bowl, so you're going to see that. The season stats are not going to show in that game. It's going to be something else. I hate going against Brady in a Super Bowl, but I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that the stats from the regular season are out the window.
No, it is in the fact that it's a Super Bowl. It's a different intensity. That's why playoff football is always different than seasonal games, all the way to the Super Bowl edges. You see different teams. It's like, where was this? Why didn't we see this earlier? But I mean, it's just different because of the atmosphere. That's all.
I don't think that's the case though with these two teams, because I mean these two teams have been pretty much the same throughout the entire season. I mean, it was like Sammy said last time that it was pretty easy to be like, hey, just with a blind eye test, be like, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl, and pick the Bucs and the Chiefs. But I mean, you're right. There are a lot of crazier plays in the Super Bowl. We've seen plenty of times like stupid catches that go crazy and like insane plays. But I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be close to how their last game was in the regular season.
Well, I think when you're talking about like playoff football and the Super Bowl, there is an intensity dial up that you go through. It's for these two teams. I'm with Cody. I don't think it's going to really change the outcome of the game, but the intensity is going to be dialed up. I think I'm going to go with the Bucs. I think Brady is got the experience it's going to take to beat a Chiefs team that struggled with a lot of opponents all year long. I think the key to this game is going to be when they come out in the first quarter, how the refs call the game. If they're letting them be handsy, it's really going to favor the Chiefs. If they're calling it tight, that's really going to favor the Bucs. I think if you watch the Bills, they were, molesting the Bills wide receivers. I mean, Cole Beasley was giving piggyback rides up the field, and they never threw a flag. So, I think if the refs are calling it light, I think Tampa Bay wins big. I think if they're calling letting them play and hand check and ride up the field, I still think Tampa Bay can pull it out. It's just going to be a much harder game. But I'm going Tampa Bay by 10.
Is everybody going with the Bucs?
Everybody but you, buddy.
Hey, somebody's got to be it. I don't care. I'm good at being wrong.
The JERD Nation Podcast.